Uh, Today we will talk about regular script. Regular script is one of the script of the Chinese calligraphy, also known as proper script. Proper script in Chinese is 正书, 正书. Our true script. True script means 真书, and the model script, 楷书. Regular in regular script, to reduce the curviness and weaviness of the Han Dynasty clerical script, calligraphers shifted towards a simple style of writing, making both horizontal and vertical lines straighter. Thus, it evolved into the regular script. In regular script, a character written in this style looked neat and while laid out, up straight and square. This is how it came to be called a model script. It first emerged towards the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty. Let's see the Han Dynasty. This is a Han Dynasty. Han Dynasty divided to the West Han, Xin Dynasty, and the Eastern Han Dynasty. This style emerged in end of the East Han Dynasty. Became better known in the Wei and the Jin Dynasty. We can see this is three kingdoms: Cao Wei, Wei, Shu, Wu. Three kings, three kingdoms. This is Jin. So this style became better known in the Wei and the Jin dynasties, and full matured and become wild, accepted in Tang Dynasty. Tang Dynasty, Han, three kingdoms, Jin Dynasty, South and East, South and the Northern Dynasty, Sui. After Sui Dynasty is Tang Dynasty. It has been flourishing to these days. These days, in the textbook, in the textbook, all the characters are regular style. Regular. Look at this one. This is a textbook. In this evolution progress from the structure of a character, they change the flight or horizontal rectangle to a square, sometimes even a little bit vertical square. Look at this one and this one. This is a horizontal rectangle shape. This is we already practiced. This is a clerical style. This is a regular style. Is a square shape, and this is a little bit vertical rectangle. A vertical rectangle. From the using a brush in clerical style, this is a clerical style. Most important brush technique is using a center tip stroke. A center tip stroke. We already practiced this style, and we have already experienced. When we write this style, we have to keep our brush up straight, so we can use the center tip stroke. But in regular, this odd in right side, in regular style, of course, the main technique, still is center tip stroke, but side tip stroke was added during writing process. For example, this turn, we use the center tip stroke at this moment. We press the brush and turn to the downwards. In this moment, we use a little bit side tip stroke. For example, in this clerical style, we don't use side tip stroke. We always use the center tip stroke. This action make the writing speed getting faster. If you don't use the side tip stroke here, you have to all the time keep your brush up straight. But in this style, you can press and turn your brush sharply. And also in clerical style, pressing and lifting brush is a big progress of brush technique. This technique make the writing speed getting faster. Let's see this one. This is also it turned the silkworm head and the wild goose tail of clerical script into a flat and straight form. This is a silkworm head and the wild goose tail. This is regular style. If divided by historical periods, regular script falls into two styles: with stone tablet regular script and a tongue regular script. The former represented the transition from the clerical script to regular script over the Wei Jin and the Thousand and Northern dynasties period. These two calligraphy schools were also formed during this time. We call this 帖学, Tie school. This here is not a die, not a deer, not a deer in Finnish. Deer means road, but here is 帖. 帖 means writing on the paper. On the 碑学, 帖学 and the 碑学. Let's see this 帖学 and the 碑学. After the royal family of the Jin dynasty immigrated to the south of the China in Yangtze River, China in Jin dynasty became two independent countries. North Wei dynasty in north of China, and the south and the north are both the south and the north countries were divided into several dynasties. This was a long time of split and the chaos in Chinese history from the year 420 to 589. Calligraphy achieved a high level despite of the political unrest. Two calligraphy schools were formed during this time, the Tie school and the Bei school. Usually means writing or works on the paper is Tie. And the Bei means works engraved on the stone tablets. The Bei school was generally considered as style with more strength and energy. And the southern dynasties inherited the tradition of the Jin dynasty, or the tradition of the center plains culture. In Jin dynasty, the tablets, the stone tablets engraving was forbidden. And the Nan dynasty, or Jin dynasty, there were many new styles of the calligraphy. In contrast, the Northern dynasty did not forbid the engraving of stone tablets. So in Wei, or Northern dynasty, almost all the stone tablets were regular script. Look at the left side. Two characters are Wei stone tablets style. In this style, there are more strength and energy. Here is a street. Here is a street. In the beginning,